is cooking.
Hey, what's going on, my fellow WWE champs? Welcome back to another video here on WWE Undefeated. My name's Dr. Snow, and today we are going over the most electrifying man in all sports entertainment, The Rock. Yes, The Rock. We're going to go over all his movesets, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of my take on what I think really works well with his kit, as well as his signature moves, and of course, his finisher. And how do I feel about The Rock overall currently in this game. Right now, I am playing the beta version of this game, so all things can be subject to change in the future. Once coming global launch will be on December 3rd of 2020. So, with that being said, let's go over his movesets, and let's actually go over his character bio, because every character in this game has their own unique like their own unique leader effect, I guess you could call it, and they all are different, and they all have individually something that's important to their kits and how you want to reflect in building your deck, so that way you can utilize their stats efficiently. So with this being said, I have The Rock here. He's level 4. He is a rare. Most likely, I think this is what you're going to be starting off with. So basically before we get into it also, a lot of people may ask, hey, who should I upgrade and why? Basically, I would say just keep upgrading The Rock, because he's your main starter, and for you to be able to climb the ladder, you definitely need to be powerful. So you just work on The Rock for now, and then other characters, as you get them more powerful, then you can switch on to them when you're playing the ladder or you're climbing the ladder. Alright, with that being said, let's move on. His leader skill is People's Champion. When his hype is 100%, his damage, defense, and energy regain rate is increased by 10%. So what does all that mean? So basically, his skill is called People's Champion, and when his hype is 100%, basically, your hype meter is basically like when you get your finisher, and you're on the left-hand side. We're going to take a look at that in a second. On the left-hand side of the screen, it'll say hype, and when that's on fire, basically this will trigger. His damage, defense, and energy regain rate is increased by 10%. So basically, overall, he gains a buff. As long as you keep that hype meter, he'll be doing extra 10% damage and gaining 10% energy, which is actually pretty good, because he's more or less, basically, you want to not use his super, and you want to just keep that buff as much as possible. So that's pretty much what you want to do with The Rock. Alright, so we're going to go over his deck here. You can switch out of 9 cards here. You can switch 7 of them. These 2 right now, you cannot switch until, eventually coming soon, whenever he gets other finishers and supers, you'll be able to switch them. You could swap positions, but that really doesn't matter, because when you're actually playing the game, these actually rotate and they don't stay on their column. So basically, if I have the People's Elbow on the 2nd column and I have the People's Punches on 3rd column, they're not going to stay there. They're going to actually alternate through the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd column, and that's not completely random. So I do like that, where you can not try to set up and stick with one column more than the next. So I do like that option. So the first thing here is the People's Punches. It's a 5-cost strike move, and what it does is it's a 4-hit hit. It's an automatic 4 hits. It does some good damage. Speed is medium, which is pretty good. Range is short because it's a punch, so it's pretty good. I do like this move because it actually combines very well with the People's Elbow, and we're gonna take a look at that really quickly here. And it is a 6-cost, so it's very hefty. But its short range is short and its speed is slow. But more or less, you're going to actually just use this move when your opponent is on the ground. And you can only use it on the ground, because hence is the People's Elbow. So that's the only time you can use it. You can miss with this attack if you're slow. And if they're too far away, you actually can miss with this attack. So you got to be very careful when you're doing the People's Elbow. You got to make sure your opponent is set up perfectly for it. The best ways for me personally that I found out is really useful is one, People's Punches is really great. So you go People's Punches into his People's Elbow, which is really fantastic. Or you can do his rock bottom, which is his height meter move, which we're going to get into shortly. I also feel like the spine buster is really good as well, because it is a defense move, and then you can actually use the people's elbow right afterwards, because they'll be down for quite a bit of time. Be able to get enough energy for that to happen. Super kick is really good too, because they'll stay on the ground, and that's all you really need for them to be there. As well as drop kick, I think that's a great setup move, and knee kick combo is also a really good one, in my opinion. Everything else, it's okay, but I feel like those are just probably the movesets that I like. I tried to use the body slam, but it really wasn't really helpful, because they got up way too fast for the people's elbow to trigger. And you could probably use the rope throw. So you go like rope throw into his super, which will be the rock bottom, and into the people's elbow. So let's jump into practice really quickly, so we could go ahead and demonstrate a little bit of gameplay of the Rock here. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the AI off. He is off, which is good. So first things first, you can see here on the left side where it says Superstar, that is his height meter. So right now we don't have the boost. So we're just going to go ahead and build that up really quickly, so that way we can showcase some type of move sets here. So again, like I said, I really do like this move here, because it does put them into the ground. Like right here, if they go to the wall, you can then go the people's elbow, which is really nice. It's a really good setup here in order to be able to trigger that move there. You can also do the same thing with the drop kick, because if you bounce them off the ground, if you bounce them off the wall, they'll be on the ground, and that'll be a perfect setup again to use the people's elbow once more. So now we have the superstar meter. So now if you saw on the top left corner where it says the people's champ, now we actually have the 10% boost here. So now the great thing here to do is this works as well, DDC, and then if I had the people's elbow, it'll work right there. If we could check out his super meter here, super meter is the rock bottom. Does some really good damage. You have to be very close in order for you to be able to trigger that move, which is perfectly fine, because normally it's really quick. You could probably use it as a get-up move when if your opponent is like hovering over you, you'll be able to utilize that move efficiently. This is the people's punches. It's a pretty quick move. It's not as fast as the two-cost punch, because I prefer the two-cost punch also in every deck, because it's a really good move to stop a lot of super attacks, and I think it's very useful. Again, here I did the super kick to the wall, so now they'll be able to, they'll be on the floor long enough to actually use the people's elbow. I actually want to go ahead and turn on the AI really quickly here, and I want to show you how does it look like when you actually do the spine buster, and then you can go ahead into the people's elbow right there, because again, we had the 10%. As you're doing the spine buster, your meter is growing, so you'll be able to get enough meter in order to actually do the people's elbow. So that to me is very helpful. So let's go ahead and shut off the AI really quickly here. Continue. Again, like I said, you can go drop kick, or you can go super kick, and if I can find the attack here. Again, you see, I have the middle slot was the people's elbow, but it actually alternates. So if you keep on like you're using one slot, eventually it'll show up on that slot. So I do like how N-Way changed that from Legacy Wars. So of course here we could go rock bottom, classic move, rock bottom into people's elbow. That worked perfectly fine. You don't have to be on top of their head. You could be on their feet in order for this move to trigger, but you just need them to be on the floor in order to work. I can actually show you here what happens actually if you don't utilize the move correctly, and I'll show you what happens here. We just got to go ahead and find it again. Okay, so let's go ahead and do some punches here. Super kick, more punches. Right now we're just digging for the move here. All right, almost there. It should come relatively soon. Again, you see, like right here, like I'm trying to dig for a certain move and you don't find it. I do like how that's a thing where you actually can't like abuse a certain moveset, which is really nice. Alright, again, here we go. Super kick. See, I just can't find it. You can whiff on their super attack. If they're too far away, actually, that was some good range there, too. So I was actually like one swipe ahead, one swipe away from them. So that's actually some good range for his super there. Man, the People's Elbow does not want to show up here. I just want to showcase what happens if you actually fail to use this. So let's use this slot here. Alright, we got nothing but strikes. Alright. I'll dig a little bit more, and otherwise we'll jump to it. Okay, there we go. So, if your opponent is not on the ground, this is what's going to happen, even if you're close to them. You just lose 6 energy and nothing happens. It's just a literally waste. So you never ever want to do that. You always want to make sure your opponent is on the ground like this, and then you can actually go ahead and use the People's Elbow. So that is the way to use the Rock's kit, in my opinion. I think he's a very solid character, especially as a beginner character that you can get early on as an unlock. So with that being said, we're going to jump into some PvP. I might edit this video really quickly as we're going in, because sometimes it takes a while for this to go through, because this is still in beta. So not a lot of people are playing it, and for me to match up on other regions, it's a little bit, okay, we just got somebody off the first try, so I'll take it. Normally it doesn't happen this quickly, but again, once this comes out in global, matchmaking will be super quick, so you won't have to fear about that. So let's go ahead. We're gonna play against Drew McIntyre, which is pretty cool. All right, let's see what our opponent is gonna do here. All right, so we're off to a bad start. All right, so let's see if I can try to swing this back around. Let's hit him with the People's Punches. Here we go. Bam! There we go. Get down. Drop kick. Ooh, we actually missed that. Okay. Oh man, we missed the knee. Oh, that was whack. I thought I was gonna hit him. 1, 2, 3. Oh no! Oh man, I actually moved off. Okay. No! Yeah. Sorry, buddy. Boom, DDT. I actually could have probably hit him with the People's Elbow there. There we go. See, that's some great range. And then we're just going to go ahead and immediately hit the People's Elbow. Drew McIntyre, it's for him to hit with his Claymore kick, you have to be relatively close. And you got to be very careful, because you can whiff pretty frequently. I actually hit the block there, but okay. There we go. Hit him with the knee. We get the first count. We need one more pin count, and then he is good game. There we go. Spine Buster. Oh my goodness. Into the grab. I think I actually probably get him here, or we tie. Here we go. Oh, the rock bottom. It's over. Oh my goodness. Into the drop kick. Oh no. Okay. All right, let me back up here. I see a little bit of lag as well. I hit my strike first, so that's nice. We're gonna back up a little bit, give some room. All right, that's fine. That's fine. He uses a lot of meter to do that super, so that's fine. He'll get his pin count here. So now whoever gets the next pin count is pretty much game over. All right, he hit us with another super. All right, drop kick. I like it. There we go. People's Punches, pretty fast. Boom. There we go. Like it. With the Tiger Knee. And it's the rock bottom. It's over. Oh my goodness. People's Elbow. Okay, we're about to say. We're about to do People's Elbow to finish it. But there goes a PvP matchup. So that way you can have a little bit of, experience, how the gameplay is using the Rock. Again, there's definitely ways when you're actually playing, you know what I mean? Like, you don't want to really focus on doing one thing. It's nice to have the People's Elbow there, but definitely utilize that, and try to play around if it's just sitting there in your slot. So, but that's pretty much it. That's pretty much my cover of The Rock. I think he's actually, again, I think he's a really strong character, especially you get him for free and at the start of the game. I definitely think he'll carry you pretty far in the ladder, as long as you get him upgraded and you utilize him correctly. So, with that being said, that is my showcase on the People's Champ, The Rock. Thank you so much for watching. I'll go ahead and make another video with probably another character here very soon. We do have 8 in total currently for the beta. Obviously, more characters will come out in due time, so definitely stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video on WWE Undefeated.